In life, you're going to hear hundreds upon thousands of millions of different voices every single day. Some of them will have a stronger influence on the direction of your life. Some of them will have direct say in what happens to you next physically, here, like in the physical sense. But no matter what kind of voices you hear, whether it's like your parents, your friend, a loved one, a teacher, a boss, you're a judge, a cop, whomever voices you hear in the world, and whatever kind of effects they have on you on the outside, the most important voice you are ever going to hear is your own. The reason I say that is because the way you talk to yourself, how you respond to things, how you react to things, that's determined by you. And I know that sounds like a no-brainer, but it's a lot more intimate, a lot more intricate, a lot more nuanced than that. And we have negative thoughts and we have positive thoughts and things all around them. All kinds of ideas. We have all kinds of ideas. And sometimes the easiest ideas to gravitate to are the negative ones, because that's the kind of life we're living. That's the kind of world we're in right now. We are preconditioned to believe something negative long before we appreciate and accept something positive. And sometimes the negative thoughts and ideas and voices that you're hearing in here drown out your positive half. So sometimes physically, audibly hearing something positive is what you need to move forward. So with that said, Sebastian, I'm talking to you. You specifically, because not only do I know that you need to hear this, but you also, I know whenever we work on videos, we obsess over them and we watch them 5 or 6 times before we upload them. So you are the audience for sure. This could apply to any person, but you specifically need to hear this. You made a mistake. You made a mistake, and a silly one on top of that. It's the second time in 3 days, in the space of 3 days, that you've made this exact same mistake. And 3 days ago, you were laughing it off because it was silly. But today you reacted to it in a way that was not you. You reacted to it in the way that the parental figure in your life would have. And you tore yourself apart. You ripped yourself to pieces for the better half of the morning over a silly mistake, a mistake you laughed about 3 days ago. Yes, it costed you a couple hours in the morning. It caused you to delay something you were very much looking forward to. And as well as I know you, as well as you know yourself, we both know, we all know, I know that you hate postponing things. I know you are of the mindset that if something can be delayed once, if it's ever delayed even once, that means it can be delayed again and again and again and again. And I know you hate that so much. I know that your trust for something shatters as soon as it gets pushed back. But between now and tomorrow, when you're actually going to be able to do this thing again, this activity you were looking forward to, between now and tomorrow, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And I get that that's another reason you don't like delays, because you're not promised tomorrow. But time doesn't stop for anyone. It doesn't. So living in the now and to understanding that these things happen and just forgiving yourself. We have to do better. You have to do better. You have to learn to forgive you when you make silly mistakes. What you did today, what your response to that little accident was probably the meanest thing you've ever done. Because not only did you scold yourself for doing it twice in 3 days, but you did what your parental figure used to do to you, and you tied it to things that you did 10, 15 years ago, mistakes that you made when you were younger, and you yelled at yourself about them all over again. We're not supposed to be this. You aren't supposed to be this. You're allowed to make mistakes and you're allowed to learn from them and move forward. But you were shaking this morning because you were yelling at yourself in your head. Hey, remember that time you did this thing? Remember that time you messed this up? You remember when you messed this other thing up? Remember this series of things you did wrong? All of these things that had nothing to do with this morning. And when you finally slowed down with it, you were shaking. You were shaking. The queen had to come over, help you resolve the issue, and sit and hold you so you could calm down. It hurts when we make mistakes and it affects the things that we wanted to do, or it affects other people around us, or it just changes the dynamic of the immediate next thing. But it hurts even more when you talk to yourself that way. You are a very special and loved individual. There are people in the world that wake up in the morning feeling like shit, and then you come along and do the dumbest thing and make them laugh. Or you say the silliest joke, or you make the funniest post, whatever it is your contribution is. There are people out there that care about you. And I don't think they would appreciate what happened this morning. But more importantly than that, I don't think you should talk to yourself that way. It was a mistake. You do what you have to not do it again. You dust off and you move forward. These are more than just words. This is a reality that we have to get past. You are not your mistakes. You have the capacity to learn from them and do better. Please try to be more patient with yourself. If not anybody else, be patient with yourself. No one else has to live this life but you. So, be nice.